fights with passion, and he inspires.
Are you ready for a war?
All right, welcome back to From 8 Arbitration, day 2 of Boston. And it was a hell of a day. We had the CLC meet and greet this morning, which was eventful. It was packed, people outside, down the hall. We just got finished with the CLC roundtable. It was packed, people down the hall, so that was very encouraging to see the excitement about the CLC, about that movement, and it's a grassroots movement that's starting from the city letter carrier up, which is something we've not seen in a while. I'm going to get into everything as far as convention-wise in a bit. Got a lot of shout-outs, a room full of people that want to give shout-outs, so I'm going to let them do that. If you're on Discord, they have a channel just for the Boston convention, and they're giving second-by-second updates. So if you want to follow the convention, get on Discord and get on that channel, because they're doing second-by-second accounts of this convention, and it's pretty damn cool how they're doing that. If you're not on Discord, get on Discord. That way you can get in on that channel, and everything that's going on the floor, they're doing it in real time on Discord. And so I've been following that while I've been sitting down front. That's pretty exciting. I also remember Reddit. I've got some Reddit people as well. They're doing a great job as far as giving updates on the convention. Get on from 8arbitration.com, and that way that will prompt you to those 2 different sites, and that'll be fantastic. I'm going to read some things that people have sent, and then I'm going to get into these shout-outs, all right? First, tomorrow, Build a Fighting NELC, Wednesday, 7 p.m. in room 107A and B, right next door to the room that we were just in this morning. So, Build a Fighting NELC, Wednesday, 7 p.m., room 107A and B. So I'm going to give that shout out to Tyler, and I'm sure he's going to tell you all about the victory he's had, which is encouraging to me because I love that guy. I think he's doing a damn good job. Also, could you give a shout out to the rural letter carriers that are paying attention to our convention? Absolutely, because y'all are also our brothers and sisters. With theirs coming up at the end of the month, what happens at our convention correlates with their convention. So on behalf of the United We Scan podcast, they wanted to give a shout out to the rural carriers. So there you have it. All right. This gentleman says, hey, Corey, if I was president, I'd do it myself, but could you give branch 820 and delegates Jeff, Kamala, hope I said that right, Mike, and Scott for standing in solidarity and voting as a whole to hear the Article 10 charges appeal. So there you go, 820, absolutely. And that Article 10 charges, we're going to hear that tomorrow. That'll be very interesting. Corey, whenever you get a chance, please give a shout out to all the members in Bridge City Branch 323, Logansport, Indiana. Along with that, let me add a very special shout out to the Monticello, Indiana Stewart, Amy Tyvan, who is just a lioness, has done us proud. And I hear that name a lot, and I agree with that. And that's the president of Branch 323, Mr. Rick McLaughlin. And so that's my shout-outs that were sent to me. And so here we go. We got a room full of shout-outs, and we're going to start with these 2 beautiful individuals that are in front of me. So y'all go ahead and give your shout-outs.
Thanks. My name's Ross Murray with Branch 524, Roanoke, Virginia. Your website and podcast have been very helpful with the grievance starters that have been really helpful as a shop steward. On top of that, this podcast has really helped get a lot of young people really enthusiastic about the union in a way that I haven't seen in my 10 years as a letter carrier. So thank you for that.
I appreciate that.
And I'm Angela DeMars, also from 524 Branch, and I just like to give a shout out to Roanoke, Virginia, and all its members. And I also want to thank Corey for everything he does.
Absolutely. All right.
Thank you.
Next.
Hey everybody, my name is Lang Vu. Out of Pioneer Branch 2 out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I just want to give a shout out to Rob Cozier and Travis Albert for really guiding the branch to where we are today, as well as the entire Branch 2 family back home. I want to give a shout out to all of the individuals who are putting on not only this convention, but also Corey for streaming this podcast day in and day out. Just to see what it's like to be here in Boston. A lot of the delegates here are here for you, whether it's the workshops every day, whether it's the coalitions that you see being built. There's excitement within the NALC that we haven't seen before. From day one's vote, I'm sure if Corey hasn't talked about it, he will talk about it, leading into tomorrow's potential vote on resolutions as well as the charges against Mr. Renfroe. And if you haven't tuned into Discord, please do so. Currently, right now, I am trying my best to get the information disseminated to all of you who are following Ada Arbitration. Throughout these voice channels, throughout these video channels, there are a lot of people behind the scenes trying to get this work done, to get this information out to you. Again, it doesn't stop here at the convention. It should get all the way down to the membership. You should understand what is going on. You should see the liveliness, the people who want to be here, who want to represent you, who care about you. Again, everyone who is here has a heart for the letter carrier. We are the National Association of Letter Carriers after all. We look out for one another. And so if you haven't tuned in, please tune into Discord. Whether you're listening tomorrow, whether you're watching, if you're not on it, get on it, follow the live updates. We're going to be here for you every step of the way. And I hope that you're able to enjoy, as I'm privileged to be here, based on what my branch was able to do for me. I want to give back to not only my branch, but the entire nation where I can.
All right. And I can't thank you enough for streaming that.
Yeah.
For those who can't make it, in California, all the way to this coast over here, what you're doing, letting them see in real time what's going on here. Pretty damn awesome, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I think it's important for everyone to see the transparency from the national leadership, in which they're all just sitting up there in front of you, from the NBAs to the RAAs, the Executive Council. No one is anywhere else but here. So the information in this room is not only for what's going forward from this year, but up until 2026 and beyond. There's a whole booklet that they give us of the previous biennial conventions, in which they state the previous histories of amendments, the provisions that have been added, what the NALC has built all throughout the first bargaining contract back in 1970. So again, Corey, thank you for what you have done from the foundation of day one and episode 1 to where we are today and moving forward.
Absolutely, my brother. I appreciate you, brother.
Tyler Johnson out of branch 2156, Murray, Kentucky. Wanted to give a shout out to my home branch, to all my fellow brothers and sisters back there. Thank you for sending us up here. And specifically wanted to give a shout out to my vice president, Jim DeQuilla. You're a hellraiser, Jim. We couldn't do any of it without you, brother. Thank you so much.
Neil Eubank too, branch 2156. Thanks, guys.
Is that it?
Sure.
And Jim is a damn good guy, man. That dude's a hellraiser, man. I'll give you that.
My name is Michelle Bjornseth. I am the branch president in Bismarck, North Dakota, branch 957. Corey, I know most people, when they meet you, probably like to say thank you for all of the education that you provide, that obviously our union lacks giving us. You've done an amazing job filling in this space, but I have a different thank you to give you. If it weren't for Ada Arbitration, there wouldn't be a From Ada Arbitration Discord, and if it weren't for the Ada Arbitration Discord, I would never have met Mr. Elliot Simmons. We've all heard that name on the podcast a few times now. He's an absolute ass kicker for the union. Elliot lived in Illinois. He was a carrier in Illinois for a long time. He met me. He transferred up to North Dakota to be with me, and in about a year, he and I are getting married. So Thank you. Thank you for introducing me to the love of my life.
So it's matchmaker from AidArbitration.com,
yes.
right?
Absolutely.
Very good. Well, congratulations to both of you.
So special shout out to Elliot. I love you, baby, and we all wish you were here, and everybody wants to meet you.
That's right. Very good.
Hi, Corey.
Hey, how are you,
Great to
sir?
finally meet you. You've been cursing in my ear every Monday, and I love
Apologize.
you for it. Please don't change. If the 204Bs and supervisors are listening, they need to be cursed out, and they need to know how we feel about them. My name's Joseph Melendez. I've been a letter carrier it'll be 3 years in November. I'm a shop steward, formerly a designee and a trustee for the union. Your early episodes when you said if you don't like what's going on, take the position and do it yourself. And I've been monitoring to that. Just being here is my first time as a delegate. It's been amazing. Your definition on the podcast yesterday about how there's like lightning in the room, and you can feel it, and you can feel the change. Don't stop, Corey. I think everybody here, and there's a line out the door, they're all in here to thank you for what you've been doing. And I personally, I don't know if I'd still be a letter carrier over the 3 years if it wasn't for you.
Well, I appreciate you.
So thank you.
Well, I appreciate you. Thank you very much for that.
And I got to give a shout out to Branch 214 and all my Hellraisers at Bryan Station.
There you go.
How's it going?
I'm good, brother.
Man, don't even know what to say on this podcast. Well, Stephen Wilkins out of Branch 1221. It's a small town boy, big time town. Just in awe to be here, honestly. Nervous, clapping hands, full of smiles. This is my, oh hell yeah, it's my Branch 1221. I want to give a shout out to Yasel Vega and Larry Sanchez if they're listening. So here we are.
All right, my man. I appreciate you, brother.
I can give you a handshake.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're.
Hey, I'm a city carrier, man.
In a rush or something.
No.
I'm saying we're not. Yeah.
No.
You're good.
I can just leave that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ryan Decker out of Hopkinsville, Kentucky, Branch 836, shop steward and informal A as of now. I want to give a shout out to Michael Borders and Brian Mann in Franklin, Kentucky. If it wasn't for Mike, I wouldn't have listened to the podcast. He's the one that brought it forward to me. I'd like to give a shout out to Branch 836 and all of the people in Discord that have helped along the way. I've kind of been in the back streams for a while, but over the course of the last 5 months, I've kind of jumped out there and talked to everybody and trying to put myself out there and get known and just put out as much information as I can to my CCAs and my branch as a whole to get everybody on the same page and get the knowledge that Corey is giving out to everybody when it comes to anything as far as like what we're not getting from our local NBA and branch president, anything like that. So again, I want to thank you for the podcast and giving us something to look forward to every Monday and receiving information, the knowledge, the backbone to get out there and do it instead of sitting on the sidelines and allowing stuff to happen that shouldn't be happening. So again, thank you, Corey. Like I said, thank everybody in the Discord, especially Scrub, for helping me along the way to answer any questions that I may have and giving me the knowledge to be the steward that I am, and even as a person to help grow and watch everybody else around me grow as well. So thank you again.
Well, that's what it's all about, brother. Absolutely, my man. I appreciate you.
So my name is Dane Tober. I am in Branch 380, Trenton, New Jersey. I'd like to shout out all the hardworking carriers out there. I represent Circle Branch. I'd want a special shout out to Josh Roslowski and Jim Goldie, who were the shop stewards who helped me when I was a brand new shop steward. Also, Mr. Jason Bogdan, I know you listen to the podcast, so you'll hear this. He is basically a lone shop steward in an office of 100 carriers who is not getting the help that he needs. Jason, Josh, Jim, we're the next generation. Our elections are in a year. We're going to take over, and we're going to fix our branch. I want to say thank you to you for creating this. As educational as the podcast is, the Discord server, we have such a collection of brilliant minds who are working on grievances and sharing their experience with everybody. It is such a resource to somebody like me who didn't have the kind of training that we needed. So shout out to everybody on Discord except for Elliot Simmons.
Dad, go. Some hostility there.
It's all right.
Hi, I'm Mark Owen from Branch 2184, Walter McGregory's branch. Just want to give a shout out to first to Scott Russell, who I've waited about an hour and 10 minutes now to get on the shout outs because he fell asleep last night. So I had to turn off my podcast 15 minutes before they end and didn't find out that they changed the time. So I showed up at 3 o'clock and waited for about 35 minutes and found out that it got changed. So shout out to Scott for that. And shout out to the delegates who couldn't make it. Victor Semez, Keith Benedict, and Paul Bordine. I know they all listen, support the show. Wish you guys were here. This is my first national convention. I can say I'm not disappointed. The Lions showed up. They are representing everybody and having a great time. So thank you, Corey, for all you do. We really appreciate it. And I did hear a couple of the business agents saying to their members that let's not get political. We're here to represent the membership. When I'm representing, I represent 3 different offices, and I can't tell you how many times they are coming up to me asking me, what's the update on the contract? What's going on at National? Why are they not working on all that? So it's not getting political. We are representing the members. They want answers, and that's what we're trying to do. So thank you.
Thank you, brother. And I agree 100%. I heard that as well. Somebody came up to me this morning saying that MBAs were actively going around trying to influence their members on how to vote on the appeal of the charges, which is a disgrace because the carriers have educated themselves. The members on that convention floor have educated themselves. We read the Weir report, the panel report, the rebuttal. The carriers are educated. And we said yesterday on the podcast, Charlie Miller and I, that however the vote goes, man. You know, that's what we want. The members to educate themselves, vote accordingly. Hey, if Renfroe stays, he stays, as long as the members are the ones who are determining that. In contrast, you have current MBAs going around telling members how they will vote. That's a travesty, and it's a shame, because that's not how this union is supposed to be. Unfortunately, that's the reason we're in the shape we're in today, is because of NBAs and the upper echelon, the executive council, doing that same bullshit as far as how they're going to run things. I told y'all a long time ago, they're going to circle the wagons around this son of a bitch at the top, and they're going to protect him at all costs. That failed. You know, the vote yesterday to hear the charges went forward. Now they're actively trying to get their members to not vote against Renfroe. That's the same shit that we've been dealing with, man, and that's the reason the CLC is here, is to change that mindset and get these son of a bitches out of there, these MBAs, the executive council, that are trying to use their title and position to influence people. The members put the delegates up here for a reason, because they trusted them to make their own judgments. And so leave them alone. They've educated themselves. Let them vote how they want to vote. Don't be a bitch about things and go around trying to use your influence. That's the one thing we said we would not do as the CLC. We wanted to make sure that the members heard this vote, and that's what happened. Then we said, hey, whatever happens, happens after that. Let the members do it. So, you know, I appreciate the CLC for taking that stance. I'm glad you said that, because that reminded me of that this morning, people coming up to me saying that. So I appreciate you, brother.
If I could make one more shout out to Alan Rossi out of Indiana. He definitely supports 8 arbitration, and not sure his branch, but he's a good brother. So
you heard a lot of Discord people. They're here in force, and so I've always said, if you're not on Discord, get on Discord. It's growing like crazy. Lyle, the guy who started that, brought me the numbers this morning. You need to get on there. They're crazy, but they do great work on grievances. They help more than anybody else on grievances. They're live streaming this stuff as much as they can, going second by second through this stuff. And so it's pretty badass to watch them get involved with each other. They're here in force. They're all going out to dinner. We, have a little something going on, maybe Thursday. I don't know. Did we decide on that? Thursday night, they're taking me out. They said they're going to take me to the most expensive place in Boston. And so I'm here for that. So, no, is that not true? All right. So, anyway, anybody else got something? Come on, my man.
Yeah, we're dragging you out there, but we didn't tell you that you're the one paying for it. Well, I figured I'd go ahead and jump on here, because if I don't, I'm going to catch nothing but grief afterwards. I already give enough shit for not getting in voice chat ever. So, my name's Ken Troxel. I'm from Branch 31 in Peoria, Illinois. Most of the people on Discord probably know me as Old Man Scrub. So, I'm on there quite a bit, trying to help out when I can. I've been a carrier for over 20 years. I've worn a lot of different hats in that time. Been a driving instructor, steward forever, carrier academy, OJ, all that stuff. I haven't been as involved as I should have been over the course of that time, just because I got 4 kids. Life gets busy. They're getting older. I found myself with some more time. When I started getting more involved, I discovered the podcast, got connected with all of them, and started spreading the word. I'm getting new younger stewards trained up in my installation, or my branch. And I definitely see the need for getting those younger carriers involved, because You know, I got some years on me, and it's that way across all the people that are running my branch, and which is great. They're good at it. A lot of good people, but you know, I look around my branch meetings, and I'm usually one of the youngest ones there. So we need to get those people in there, and I think you've been a great way to help get that started.
Well, I appreciate you, brother. But I mean, you're doing exactly what I did.
Yeah.
You know, getting people involved. You know, I know some things. I don't know everything, but I know some things. And I'm trying to give what little I do know to everybody else. So you're doing the same thing as I, brother, and I appreciate you, man.
And I get it as many different, and they can all vouch for me that know me. I've told them the same thing. You know, I know a little bit about a lot of different things. I'm not an expert in anything, but I've been around long enough. I got some experience. So, and if I don't know, I usually know where to try to find the answer.
Well, good for you, my man. I appreciate you, brother.
All right. Thanks.
Anybody else want to come up? Give a shout out. Come on, brother. You're sitting in the hot seat, man.
I am in the hot seat. Corey, I'm Terry Furton from Branch 4374, and basically just wanted to thank you for everything you've done for us. You've given us so much spirit, excitement, and help, assistance with these podcasts. Just wanted to say thank you.
Absolutely, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, sir.
All right, that's all I got.
Well, that's quick and easy.
That's quick and easy. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right. My name is James Capone. I'm president for Branch 764. And thank you guys for all you've been doing.
Hi, my name is Barry Glines. I'm vice president of Branch 764. I just want to say hi to all the members out there and appreciate what you all doing.
And we'll give a shout out to Keith Riley, one of my trustees, if that's all right.
You say whatever you want to say, guys.
All right. Thank you again.
Absolutely, my man.
Have a good one.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys.
No problem.
I'm great. My name is Susan Davies. I'm with Branch 764, and I'm a trustee, and I just am very excited to be here. And I don't know.
All right.
Cool. My name's Thomas Eckler. I'm from Branch 201 in Wichita, Kansas, and I just wanted to get on here and thank my wife, who puts up with me doing all this union work, always getting on stuff, doing stuff for the podcast at night, doing the shirt designs on the website and everything, and with our 2-year-old going crazy around us the entire time. So I appreciate that. Also my branch, the officers within my branch, they put up with me. And I know I'm a pain, and I know our branch doesn't get enough support from our region or from national or anything. So we do the best we can, and I hope for our future for sure. Also, Don Martinez from my branch, he always drags me into everything, and I appreciate that. He keeps me busy, and he doesn't let me, slack off at all. My friends Ariel and Mariah, Fred and Jordan, who are carriers, who also listen to me all day, all the time, talk about union stuff and all the grievances I'm working on and the different things, and bouncing off contract info off of them. And they take it and they listen to it, and I appreciate that they do. And definitely Corey, you hear National talk about building this online steward training and steward college and all of that. And I'm like, that's already been done by somebody else. He's got it going. And I think that's clear from all the people that have been here and onto the Discord and on the website and Reddit. It's crazy. I started as a steward because I felt like I wasn't being well represented by my stewards, and I was a CCA when I became a steward, and your podcast has been what's done it for me the entire time. I started listening at the very beginning when you were still sharing it before other people were, and it's just crazy. It's crazy to see what's happened. It's cool. I appreciate this opportunity.
And I'm going to give an advertisement. This podcast is brought to you by Thomas Eckler, because if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be doing this today, because he's got me set up, man. He's got 2 mics. I only have 1. And so he's brought everything. And so I appreciate you, my man. This would not be happening if it wasn't for you. So
I appreciate it. Cole Billups helped me out too. He helped get some of the stuff up here. So, I know he always helps you out, and it's clear he answered the call when I called him.
And I miss him. I guess he's grooming his hair, right? He's got that hair growing out real long, the mustache, looking sexy. I'd say it, And so, he's kind of got the Farrah Fawcett hair, the little wings at the top now, You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't you agree?
I agree completely. It's a good thing he's in New England. Lots of people around.
That's right. So I appreciate both of you. So today, to me, is what the convention's about. When people say that this is just one big party, it's not one big party. And I talked about this beforehand. Anything that you want changed in this union, this convention is where it happens. And today was that day. When you heard all these proposed NELC Constitution amendments, and you see people that have written in that this is what we want changed for the Constitution. There's dialogue back and forth, pro and against. The Executive Council will make their decision on whether they're going to do these proposed constitutional amendments. Well, the body ends up voting on that. They'll have the person who wrote the amendment come up and they'll defend it. And then you have somebody go against it, and then it'll go back and forth until eventually somebody will call the question. That, to me, is what the convention is about. All the political stuff, whatever. All these different people that come in and speak, that's a good time to go take lunch. But to me, it's about the business at hand. It's about the membership, voting on what people, regular city letter carriers, have written in saying, hey, we would like for the Constitution to read this way. It reads this certain way. We want to change that language to read this way. Today was that day when those things happened. We did have some get overturned. Most of them did not. But to me, this is what the convention's about. So those people that say that this one big party have no idea what they're talking about. This is where things happen, is the National Convention. And so today was the perfect example. It was all day long reading those things and just hearing people defend either way was beautiful, because that's what the body is about. It's about defending your positions and voting on those, and ultimately the membership making those decisions. So I love that. I'm not going to be long. The CLC, I'm going to get back to that. This morning we had a huge room for the meet and greet. And they came in, they kicked us out, and they put us in a shoebox. And it was tiny. And I don't know if it was by design, maybe not, I'm not sure. But there are people spreading out into the hallways to come in and meet the people for the CLC. You could sense amongst those people that there was a movement happening. I've said it all along. This ground roots uprising is happening, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. You saw that this morning. Then you have the convention. Afterwards, you go in, and we have the round table where people are able to meet us, ask us questions. We were able to give our positions, what we're about, why we're with the CLC. And they had to stop us there because people were all the way down this hallway. I think the fire marshal came in and threatened us. They had the police in. Somebody called the police on us. They had them outside in the hallway. And we did not stop because we wanted those people that were there, that were interested in us and in our movement, to understand what we were about. Like I said when I was talking to everybody, we're not going to tiptoe up to anybody. We're here, and we're not going anywhere. That's the beauty about it. I didn't lie to y'all all those months ago when I said the motherfuckers are coming, and we're going motherfuckering. That was what was happening today. It happened yesterday with the CLC. It happened today with these meet and greets, and then this round table when they had to stop us because there were so many people lined up down the hallway packing that they had to call the fire marshal on us and the police. It's unlike anything that I've seen with this union since my time in it. It's a movement, and it's happening in real time. You can see it. You can feel it inside that convention hall. Anytime something happens, you can feel it. And so it's a new day for the NLC. The old guard, they're gone. Renfroe, he's done. Those that support him, they're done. And I think that they can sense that. I know that some of them were sitting outside when we were having the meet and greet so that they could hear us. And the good thing is that they could hear their replacements. That's what they were listening to. They were listening to the individuals who were going to replace them in this next convention. When I told y'all we were coming, I wasn't fucking around. We are here in force in Boston. And I'll tell you how scared these bitches are on the executive council and these MBAs. They're going around threatening carriers about their vote. And they're also going around threatening carriers about wearing the shirts from 8 Arbitration, saying that they are political. Now, I know who's saying it. One's a little bitty fella, and he's going to get replaced in this next election. But can you imagine being that scared of a podcast that you're having to threaten carriers about wearing a shirt? Now, this little kid, he wouldn't be able to do shit about shit. He's been here all week just like me and hasn't said a damn thing to me. But he'll threaten his members about wearing a shirt. Think about that. How far this union has come to where we have such cowardly little bitches in the executive council and MBAs that they've got to threaten their constituents, those that they work for, because they work for us, right? We don't work for them. They work for us. And so you have these cowardly little bitches running around threatening carriers about their vote against Renfroe. They're not telling them, hey, vote how you feel. Vote how you see fit. They're pressuring them on how to vote for this cowardly motherfucker we have as president. They're pressuring them about shirts they're going to wear because they're so far up this motherfucker's ass that they don't want you to think for yourself. They want you to think like they do. That's where this union's at right now. So don't ever let anybody press you on how to vote. Your people have elected you to come here to speak for them. So you think for yourself. Don't ever let anybody press you on what to wear. Wear whatever you want to wear. But we have cowardly little bitches running around as MBAs that are trying to use their little authority. They're about 4'2", couldn't do shit about shit, but they think since they got a title, they can tell us how to think, they can tell us how to vote, they can tell us what to wear. We can't get rid of these motherfuckers fast enough. So anyway, tomorrow I'm going to try to have JB on. He said he wanted to get on here. And if you want to come up and do shout-outs, look, do shout-outs to your branch and to your members. I appreciate everything that you say about me, really. But it's about the letter carrier, and it's about those that couldn't make it that would like to hear from you. So if you want to go shout-outs, come up and talk to your people. You can call them out by name, whatever you want to do. Thursday, Tyler Vassar will be on. He wants to come up and do some stuff. We may have some others. Tomorrow will be shirt day from 8 Arbitration. I'll go on and say what I would like to do is I would like to meet everybody who's going to wear a shirt, if y'all don't mind. And there's a place where you take pictures in that big hall. Branches take pictures, you line up and take pictures. After the first class, in between the first class and 10 o'clock when the convention starts, in between that time, if we can all meet right there, because I would absolutely love to get a picture with everybody, if that would be good. I think that's what Tom Lyle said from Discord, was telling people. If not, I will put it out on social media, and those of you who are listening now, we'll do that. After the first class, I think that's what Lyle said, is that telling Discord that they were going to use in between the first class and 10 o'clock. We'll meet then, okay? And we'll take the pictures. I can't wait to see everybody. Hopefully y'all are not too scared to wear the shirts because y'all got threatened. Did you want to give a shout out? Come on, my man. Go ahead, brother.
Hey, this is Caesar Medina from Arlington, Texas. I just want to give a shout out to all those in Arlington and everyone that listens to the podcast, and my former branch out in Downers Grove, Woodridge, Illinois, the branch 1870.
All right, my man.
And all those that are putting up a fight against management and want to make a change.
You got a good podcast voice. That's very. Do you do radio? I mean, you got. I'm sitting there thinking, damn, he could take my job. Great voice, man. But
thank you very much.
Absolutely, my brother.
All right.
So tomorrow, shirt day. I will do the podcast tomorrow at 3, not 5. 3 o'clock. Okay. So if you want to do a shout out, room 507 at the Westin. And that's going to be it for today. Kind of figured that we'd be a little long, but since it started at 5, we have to go eat with our branch, and so I'm not going to be able to do a very long one. I'll try to do a bit longer one tomorrow. But appreciate those that took the time to come up and give the shout outs to their people back at home. We're having a blast. It's by far my favorite convention. So tomorrow's going to be spicy. There's going to be a lot to talk about tomorrow. So y'all tune in tomorrow to the episode. I love each and every one of you, man. We're making a difference. Everybody knows it. Everybody sees it. It's a movement, and there's nothing they can do about it. And that's what's so beautiful, because it's here. And when I told y'all about the tidal wave coming, and they're going to try to protect themselves by putting a paper plate in front of their face, the tidal wave is in Boston. And there's not shit that they can do about it. And so tomorrow I'll update you on the charges, right? That should be interesting. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right? Bye.